Any problem in question number 62, 63, 64, 65? Anybody?
Sir, sir,
Hmm. Hmm.
sir, 65 numbers, sir.
Okay. Let us do question number 65. Question is limit x tends to 0, 3 raised to 2x minus 2 raised to 2x upon x. So first step, 3 raised to 2x. See, we have a formula, limit x tends to 0, a raised to kx minus 1 upon x. Any of you know the answer of this?
Sir, k log e base e, k log a base e.
Perfect, perfect. So here we want minus 1. So subtract 1 and add 1. Now here 3 raised to 2x minus 1, keep in bracket. Take minus common from last two terms. So you will get 2 raised to 2x. Instead of this plus sign, we get minus sign. If we take minus common, sign will change. Divided by x. Now divide each term by x. So you can write like this: 3 raised to 2x minus 1 upon x minus 2 raised to 2x minus 1 upon x. Now you can take separate limit for both the terms. So it is limit x tends to 0, 3 raised to 2x minus 1 upon x minus limit x tends to 0, 2 raised to 2x minus 1 upon x. And now tell me the answer of this first part.
Sir, 2 log 3 base e.
2 log 3 base e minus the second part.
2 log 2
e
base e.
base 2.
Log 2 base e. And if you keep this as your final answer, it's okay. Nothing wrong in it. It's okay. Or if you want to do one more step, you can do like this. Log 3 raised to 2 base e. You can take this to the power of 3 minus minus, you can write this as log 2 raised to 2 base e. So this becomes log 9 base e minus log 4 base e. If we don't write base, it's okay. And what we can write about this? Yes, please.
Sir, log 9 by 4.
Log 9 by 4.
Correct. Log 9 by 4 base e. That is our final answer. The answer given in the book is not correct. The correct answer is log 9 base 4. If you want this answer, make the correction here. Instead of 2x, if you write 3x, then you will get this answer. So you have a two choice, either change the answer or change the question. But some correction is required in this question at either answer side or in question side. If we keep question as it is, then this is our final answer. Okay. Anybody else? Any another question? Any doubt? Okay, let us start this question number 66. It is difficult question. Question number 66. It is a difficult question. Limit x tends to 0. Ten raised to x minus 2 raised to x minus 5 raised to x plus 1 upon x square. So this is the question. 10 raised to x minus 2 raised to x minus 5 raised to x plus 1 upon x square. Now if we put x equal to 0, what will happen? We get 10 raised to 0 minus 2 raised to 0 minus 5 raised to 0 plus 1 upon 0 square. 10 raised to 0 is 1 minus 1 minus 1 plus 1 upon 0. 1 minus 1 cancel, minus 1 plus 1 cancel, so we get 0 by 0. And once we get 0 by 0, either you have to factorize, first thing, or you have to rationalize, second thing, or you have to use the results. Factors of this is not simple. Rationalize, there is no question because there is no root sign here. So we have to use the result, and even it is power function 10 raised to x. So in that case, obviously we have to use the result a raised to x minus 1 upon x. Okay. Now see how to solve this question. This 10, can we write it is 2 into 5? The answer is yes. Keep this remaining term as it is. Now, okay. How can you write this 2 into 5 whole raised to x in another way?
2x into 5.
2 raised to x into 5 raised to x.
5 raised to x.
Correct. Now, from these first two terms, take 2 raised to x common. So from first two, take 2 raised to x common. So what we get? 5 raised to x minus 1. And from these last two terms, take minus common. From last two terms, take minus common. So what we get? 5 raised to x minus 1 upon x square. Now you can take common in numerator. What we will take common in numerator? Five raised to x minus 1. So what we get in second bracket? Yes, please. What we get in second bracket?
2 raised to x
2 raised to x minus 1.
minus 1.
Correct. Upon x square. Now tell me, if it is like this, a into b upon c square, can we write this equal to a upon c square into b upon c square? Is it true?
Yes, sir.
Check it once again.
No, sir.
Why?
No, sir.
Because it is a multiplication.
Yeah, because it's a multiplication in denominator, you will get c raised to 4. So this is not true. Okay. Can we write this like this?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now just tell me how to split this. Yes, please.
raised to x minus 1 divided by x into 2 raised to x minus 1 divided by x.
Correct. Perfect. Perfect. Now use the rule of limit. Now tell me the next step. There is a rule of limit. Limit x tends to anything, f of x into g of x. So you can write this as limit x tends to a f of x into limit x tends to a g of x. So just you have to take separate limit for both the terms. So now tell me, what is simplification?
So limit x tends to 0, 5 into x minus 1 upon x into limit x tends to 0, 2 raised to x minus 1 upon x.
Very good. Perfect. And now tell me the answer of this first one.
Log 5 base e.
Correct. Into second one.
Log 2 base e.
So log 2 base e.
Correct. And this is our final answer. Nothing is possible. See, if it is like this, log 5 plus log 2. If there is a plus sign here, then you can write this as log 5 into 2. But right now, nothing is possible. So this is your final answer. Log 5 into log 2. Log 5 base e is already there. Into log 2 base is already there. So log 5 into log 2, that is our final answer for question number 66. So this is a good question. 67. This is also slight difficult. 67. Limit x tends to 0. 5 raised to x minus 1 the whole square upon x into log 1 plus x. Base is already there, so no need to write every time base e. It is already there. So to avoid the confusion, let us remove base e right now. Okay, this is also very typical question. Very typical question. See, it is 5 raised to x minus 1 whole square. So you can write this as 5 raised to x minus 1 into 5 raised to x minus 1. Is it possible? Five raised to x minus 1 into 5
Yes,
raised
sir.
to x minus 1. So it is 5 raised to x minus 1 the whole square.
Yes,
True.
sir.
Yes, it is possible. Okay. Now, in denominator, see, this x, instead of that, if I write x cube, then I have to divide by x square. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now listen. Now, instead of this, if I write x square, then I have to divide by 1 upon x. Okay. And this remaining part you can put as it is. Now the question is why we have to do like this. See, you can write this like 5 raised to x minus 1 into 5 raised to x minus 1 upon x square into, you can write this as log 1 plus x upon x. Is it true?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now you can write this as 5 raised to x minus 1 into 5 raised to x minus 1 upon x here into
1.
1 upon log 1 plus x upon x. Is it true?
Yes, sir.
So now use the concept of limit and take the separate limit for each term. Separate limit for each. So what we would write? Tell me.
Log 5 base e.
Yeah, let us write first step of simplification. You can take limit of each step like this. 1 as it is. You can take limit here also. Taking limit in each step. And now tell me the answer of this first part.
Log base B.
Log
Correct.
5 base e.
Log 5 base e. Second part.
Log 5 base e.
Log 5 base e. Any of you know the answer
1.
of this?
1.
Yes. 1. Very good. Very good. Because we have a result. We have a result here. 1 upon x log 1 plus x. Answer is 1. That we already discussed in our last lecture. And that is why this log 5 into log 5, that is log 5 the whole square into 1 upon 1 is 1. So my final answer is log 5 the whole square. And if you want to write base, then you can write e here. So my final answer is log 5 the whole square. Log 5 the whole square. So this is very tricky question. Which is the most important step in this? Any of you? Which is the most important step in this?
X square into 1 upon.
Correct. Instead of x, you would write x square into 1 upon x. And then after you can split. Once you get this idea, then you can split x square is x into x. And remaining term you can consider as separate question. And answer of that separate question is known, and answer of this two term is also known. So we get final answer. So this is good question. Okay. This is theory question. This is the definition of limit. So if there is a question of explain this term, then you would write the definition. Any one of you know what is the meaning of this x tends to 0? What is the meaning of this x tends to 0?
So x tends to 0 means x is very nearer to 0 but not exactly 0.
Very good. Perfect. Perfect definition. That means x is very nearer to 0 but not 0. It may be 0.000001. That we already discussed in our first and second lecture in very precise manner. Yes, you are absolutely right. Absolutely right. And same way, x tends to infinite means the value of x is very large. Infinite, that means very large, big value. So x is very big value but not exactly infinite. It is very big value but not exactly infinite. Okay. Now, this is also theoretical question. Give the definition of limit and writes its rule that we already discussed. This is another theoretical question. Write the rules of limit. This also we already discussed. Explain the Meaning of limit of a function and its rule. Actually, this question 72 is not exactly related to limit chapter, but it is related to function chapter. Let us do this question 72. Actually, this is not the question of limit. Okay, let us do it. 72. It's simple question. A manufacturer earns rupees 45,000 in first month and 75,000 in third month. First month he earned 45,000. Third month he earned 75,000. The manufacturer observed that linear relationship between months and earning. There is a linear relationship between month and earning. So in first month he earned 45. In third month he earned 75. We don't know about second month, but it is observed that the relation between time, month means time, and earning, it's a linear relation. So linear relationship between a month and earning you have to find out, and on the basis of that you have to find out the estimate earning in fourth month. So this is our question. So we want to find out linear relation between month and earning. So let the linear relationship between month and earning is. Now can you tell me what is the form of the linear relation, any of you?
Y is equal to ax plus b.
Yes, y equal to, either you can write ax plus b, or there is another way you can write y equal to a plus bx. Both are same because a and b are constant here. So let us assume this only. But if anyone can write this, nothing wrong in it. Both will ultimately same. We want to find out a and b. Okay, let us this y equal to ax plus b, where x equal to and y equal to. Can you tell me what is x? Month or earning?
X is 45,000.
Just tell me, it is month or earning?
Month.
Yes, x is month and y is earning. Because normally it is not necessary. Normally y is a dependent variable and x is independent variable. Time is not depends on anybody. So it is independent. So it we have to consider as x, and earning is depends on time. When experience will increase, your earning will increase in majority of the case. So earning is depends on your experience. Experience means time. Here time is given in terms of months. So x is month and y equal to earning. So here we have to given that, here we have to given that when x is 1 in first month, earning is 45,000, and in third month earning is 75,000. So on the basis of these two conditions we get two equations. Can you tell me the first one? What is your first equation? Therefore we get following two equations. Okay, which two equations? Tell me. If we put x equal to 1, we get y equal to 45,000. It is given that first month earning is 45,000, third month earning is 75,000. So in place of x you have to put 1, and in place of y you have to put 45,000, sorry. So now tell me the equation.
45,000 is equals to A plus B.
Once again, 45,000 equal to,
A plus B.
yes, a into 1 plus b. That means a plus b equal to 45,000, equation 1. Now tell me the second one.
75,000 is equal to 3A plus B.
Correct. So 3a plus b equal to 75,000. This is our second equation. Let us solve this equation by method of elimination. Change the sign. This will cancel. A minus 3a minus 2a. 45 minus 75,000, answer is minus 30,000. So we get 2a equal to 30,000. So we get a equal to 15,000. So now we know the value of a. Let us put this value of a in either equation 1 or 2. So from 1, a is 15,000 plus b equal to 45,000. So b equal to 45,000 minus 15,000, that means 30,000. So now we know the value of a and b. A is 15,000, b is 30,000. Now our equation is, therefore equation y equal to ax plus b is y equal to, in place of a you have to put 15,000. So 15,000 ax is 15,000 plus b is 30,000. So this is your linear equation. And now the question is, that is the answer of first part, y equal to 15,000 x plus 30,000. Now estimate earning for the 4th month. What to do? If you want to find out earning for next month, then what we have to
X
do?
is equal to 4.
Yes, if x equal to 4, then y equal to 15,000 into 4 plus 30,000. That is 60,000 plus 30,000. That means 90,000. That is your earning in next month. That is our final answer. So y equal to 90,000. Okay. These are our theory questions that we already discussed. So this is the end of this first part of the first chapter. The name of the chapter is Limit and Continuity. I solved most of each and every question. So now from next lecture onwards, we will discuss the second part of the chapter, that is continuity of the function. But still, if you have any doubt in any of the question, you can ask your doubt.